the monster turned into him, right? So was he cucking
Yeah.
himself the whole time?
Yeah, yes he was.
Ooh.
That was,
All right,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
What?
the ultimate kink. The ultimate kink right there.
More?
Okay. And
There
then
you go. Now put it in that way. Put it in that way.
Remember, put it in.
No, the other way.
Yeah, no, put it in.
Perfect. Okay.
Is that
And
good?
that is so much better.
It's so tight.
Welcome to the Real Stupid Reviews Show. My name is Gerardo. We have Izzy, new possible member,
Hey.
Codey, Mike, and at late as hell Eddie doing laundry for some reason.
Hello. What do you mean for some reason? You need clean clothes?
So I'm saying hello to everybody, right?
Yes.
Ideally, yes.
Say hello to the world, to our adoring public of, like, I don't know,
The two people that
two
watch us.
people?
Possession from 1981, directed by a guy whose name I want to make sure I get right.
I'm not even going to attempt it.
Holy shit.
Andre Zulowski. I think it's pronounced Andre, right?
I think it's Andre. Yeah.
Andrei Zulowski.
And it is a horror movie about the horrors, both external and internal, of divorce, but realized in a like physical and tangible way. It's a nice mix of scary with some slightly funny bits. I didn't expect this level of camp. I expected more like really horrible shit. It was banned in America for like 19 years, and I really thought that was going to make it more scary than just your average horror movie. Like it was scary in such like a personal way, and it was like dreadful, but it wasn't like you're not just watching people's eyeballs get ripped out and people getting gutted, and like it's not super gross, it's not like gore porn or anything like that. Just a real good horror movie.
Oh, I was a big fan. We're not getting into spoiler talk yet, right?
Not
So
yet.
I'll
No.
avoid any of that. The whole time I was watching, I started smiling a bunch and just laughing out loud, and not in like a funny way, like in a the fuck is going on?
It was like The Shining goes to marriage counseling. Fucking beautiful. Like, holy shit, like, this is like a film school movie. And it should, like, if you're going to make a horror movie, I feel like you need to watch this first before you make a horror movie. Because there's a lot of things that, I mean, we talked about Sam Raimi movies and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of campy elements to it, but there's also a lot of, like, classic cinema aspects that are just like, oh, this is beautifully orchestrated. Good for them. Like, holy shit, this is impressive. Lots of long shots, lots of intense shifts in characters in one scene and one cut, stuff like that.
Agree with the statement that mathematically it was a very, very, very great film. All the shots were fantastic. The cuts were amazing. I don't think there was a cut there was a single cut in there that wasn't cued by some type of movement. And just the way that each cut was flowed with the movement of the characters and the movement of the scenery was wonderful to look at. I didn't like it though. I think your guys' opinions that it's about divorce is like it's a thing that it touches on, but this is just a stock story of possession based on a woman who is an adulterer, and she only becomes possessed because of adultery.
A lot of these older movies, the director doesn't just say like, yeah, so it's about this.
Yeah.
But we know that he was going through a divorce. We know that the lead actress, Isabelle Adjani, is that her name?
Adjani.
Isabelle Adjani. Fucking incredible actress. My God.
I loved her performance, except for her weird hallway, the subway hallway thing.
I love that.
I hated it. I
Not
hated
close.
it.
In my notes, I call it the tunnel orgasm scene.
Yeah, I was invested up until she started like reverse air gyrating and just like shuffling across the whole hallway.
For a lot of the elements in this film, it does push it to where it's like super comfortable in the same regard as I'm Thinking of Ending Things, but I felt this had much more payoff.
I wanted to add to the whole idea of possession and stuff, and we were saying the lady was possessed. I want to say that the whole the whole theme of this movie is in the title alone, the possession. And it's not about, for me, it's not about a possession like a ghost or a demon or whatever. It's about
That's exactly what I was going to say.
love. It's about love, the possession of somebody else
Yes.
when you are in love. And I do want to say this, it's not the woman that was possessed or the man. It's the movie that's possessed.
The worst, least believable thing, including the demons, in this entire movie is that either of those two men were professional PIs who had ever done that before. Fucking walking like the Terminator behind. Like
Fake
15
stair
feet
climbing.
behind, loud as fuck. She crosses the street. This guy's running. Just
She's
the
him.
absolute worst. I could pay an 8-year-old to $10 to follow someone and tell me where they went, and they would do a drastically better job.
The guy in the subway that steals a banana from her is way more chill and conspicuous than he was.
That was beautiful.
Just no, a woman on public transportation would sit as far away from that man as possible.
Versus the guy that's chasing you, I would sit next to he had been he was chill. He was respectful just to take one. He just took one and put everything back. I was a hobo subway guy, legend. Yeah, but
Putting the bunch of bananas back was a Bridges moment.
that we have one for the show. The Bridges moment. Izzy, we have a mandate where every show we need to find a moment that is so badass or epic, known as a Bridges moment. Watch the Hell or High Water review for that, and this is the one for the show. Boom.
You guys have been awful about it then. Where has it
We started
been?
it this week.
Like last week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very hard film to rate, especially because we don't allow in between scores.
It's free country, bro.
This is a movie where I fully
Now that the Berlin Wall's down,
fucking incredible. The horror aspects are pulling from cliches, but embracing them in such a great way, and they tear down all of these different things. I was worried when I first started watching it that it was going to be like a super sexist horror movie. I wanted to follow the wife, and when I started following him, I was like concerned that it was going to be wife bad type of shit. I was concerned that it was going to be like about adultery or something like that. But luckily, Eddie is wrong, and it's a super good movie. So I'm gonna obey the 1 to 5 system and give it a 5.
Okay. Things I loved. I'm gonna agree with him on Isabelle Adjani being fantastic. I want to mention, I think she won at Cannes. I just wanted to mention that it was very interesting that this movie is shot in like West Germany. Isabelle Adjani is French. Sam
Fucking
Neill
Kiwi.
is from New Zealand, and the director is Polish. It's like it was a big multicultural, be it European, like thing. And I thought that was just really, really interesting to watch. I want to say I actually like the relationship aspect a lot more than the horror aspect, because I thought it was really crazy to see all of those feelings people feel when they're in that state just amplified and exaggerated. I like that when it was taking itself seriously, it would counter itself with a bit of like camp, that made me like it a lot more. Overall, this whole movie was like, this was my shit. This was my jam. Like, I love stuff like this, over exaggerated, over the top, but also very aware that it's over the top, so it doesn't take itself as seriously as it should. You guys have that 1 to 5 thing. I gave it a 5.
and like I just, it's a mind fuck, and it's a fun ride. There's a part of me at the end that was still like I couldn't fully fall in love with it because I was like, should I be on drugs right now? Should I be on drugs to really figure this out? Like I don't know, because I feel like if I was on drugs, I'd also be stressed out about if I was on too much drugs or the wrong drugs. So I don't think that's a good idea either. So I don't know if there's a safe way to get as much as I feel like I want to get out of this movie. Because watching it sober, I'm just like, what the fuck? But watching it on drugs seems not a good idea. Don't recommend that. So for that, I give it a 4. Real awesome.
I mean, I enjoyed looking at it. It was a very technically beautiful movie. The shots of it, fantastic. Performances, pretty good. The sound amazing, the lighting fantastic. I'm gonna give it a 3. Real good.
Okay, that's actually a lot higher than what I thought it was going to get. I was
And
thinking a 1.
here's Codey fucking wincing because he has his opinions on the rating system, and
That's the middle rating. You've been calling it bad all night.
So I'm still in the camp of this is still, art. This is for sure maybe not for everybody, but it has its merits as far as like the performances. Like we were saying, Anna, fucking phenomenal performance of a generation, even if she went crazy. But it was well worth it. You got to see Sam Neill butt. That's fucking wonderful. Prove that any day of the week.
I didn't think Sam Neill had a butt. And I was all of a sudden like, oh, good for you, Jurassic Park. All right.
You got cast for a reason.
What's look like? I don't know.
He's got a good butt in the way that a white guy's got a good butt.
It was
He's
in
got a better butt than
jeans
mine.
in the 80s. So like, yeah.
Better butt than mine, but that's a low standard. I got that Hank Hill butt going on. Anyway, I like the film. 5 out of 5.
Sucks. And there's a hole
It's
in
perfect. I'm there with you.
If you like us here on the Real Stupid Review Show, and you want to not like us for about 3 hours, go ahead and watch our D&D campaign at the Weird Travelers. But yeah, I'm gonna hand it off to Gerardo.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, Mike.
That was
Thank you,
great.
Eddie. Thank you, myself. We'll watch Child's Play next week, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Wait, we're
you literally,
We're canceled. We're canceled.
you could run away from them and they still wouldn't die on day 1.
I like no. Gerardo goes down to the river to the bunker. He's like, hey, we're gonna live here now. Look out over the water, and then Sparta kicks her face and just knocks her down river. Bye.
Hey man, you can't trust anybody, bro. Survival of the fittest.